जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नस्तप्रयेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतं सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिभावति नैष्टिकीम्. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very meant of concourse, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance on the classes of Srimad Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service unto the pure devotees of the Lord, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. A loving service unto the personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental song is established as an irrevocable fact. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 67, Text 3, chapter entitled Balaram slays Dvivida gorilla. Sakyo so pasitum an Sakyo so pasitum kurvan Vanaro rastra viplavam Vanaro rastra viplavam Pura grama karan gosan Pura grama karan gosan Adahad vane mustrijan Adahadvane mustrajan Sakyo so pasitum kurvan Vanaro rastra viplavam Pura grama karan gosan Adahadvane mustrajan Sakyo so pasitum kurvan Vanaro rastra viplavam Pura grama karan gosan Adahadvane musrijan. Mataji. Sakyu of his friend Naraka, whom Lord Krishna had killed. Sa e apachitim, repayment of his debt. Kurvan, doing. Vanara, the head. Rastra, of the kingdom. Viplavam, creating great disturbance. Pura, the cities. Grama, village. Akaran, and mines. Gosan, cowherd, communities. Adahat, he burned. Vanem, fire. Ustrijan, spreading about. Translation and purport by disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: to avenge the death of his friend Naraka, the head Dvivida ravaged the land, setting fires that burnt cities, villages, mines, and covered dwellings. Purport: Krishna had killed Dvivida's friend Naraka, and to retaliate, they had intended to destroy Lord Krishna's flourishing kingdom. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada writes, his first business was to set fires in villages, towns, and industrial and mining places, as well as the residential quarters of the mercantile men who were busy dairy farming and protecting cows. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjano Salakaya Chaksoranmalitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Tapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sachivam Sadvaitam Savadotam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Suvisakanvitam Sham. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kantha Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sude Devi Pranamame Haripriye. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evecha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadharo Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sakyoso Pasityam Kurvan Vanaro Rashtra Viplavam Pura Brahma Karan Gosan Adahat Vane Musrijan. To avenge the death of his friend Naraka, the ape Dvivida ravaged the land, setting fires that burned cities, villages, mines, and covered dwellings. So we are very fortunate today being here in the land of Vrindavan, being the last day of the Kartik month, somewhere or other of many billions and billions of living beings around the world. There are very few devotees in different parts of the world, and out of that, this year, we, the assemblies of devotees here, been selected to visit Vrindavan, the beautiful land of Lord Krishna, Radharani, the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Somewhere or other, according to the Shastras, there are two ways a living beings become devotees of the Lord. Either he has got a previous connection in Krishna consciousness. In the chapter 6, text 37 onward, Arjuna is inquiring from Lord Krishna, Ayati Sridayo Peta Yoga Chalitam Manasa Aprapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kamgatim Krishna Gacchati. Arjuna inquired from the Lord what happened to the unsuccessful transcendentalists who in the beginning take up Krishna consciousness, but later due to the attraction of this materialistic way of life, he gives up his Krishna consciousness. Kachino bhaya viharasya chinnam brahmeva nasyati. Is it that everything is finished with him? Is he become failure both materially and spiritually, just like the clouds are reversed? And to the question of Arjuna, Krishna answered, Partha naiveya namutra vinasa sasya vidyate nahi kalyana kriskasche durgatim tata gacchati. Krishna says, whoever have taken part in the auspicious activities never perished either in this life or next life. Prapya punyan kritan loka musidve sasvate samasuchinam srimatam gehe yoganasto parantapam. There Krishna says the devotees who have become failure, a transcendental who have given up his Krishna consciousness in this lifetime, will be born in a devotee's family, in a rightish family next lifetime, and he continues his devotional service where he has left. Or maybe he will be born in a very rich aristocratic family where he can utilize all his wealth in the process of Krishna consciousness. Tatra tambudi samyogam labate purva dehikam yatatecha tata boya samsiddhim kurunandana. In this way, when next life is born either in the devotee's family or in an aristocratic family, he revives his Krishna consciousness from where he has left, and he goes back to the abode of the Lord. So that is the only way a person can become a Vaishnava in the world, through to the continuation from the previous life. Then the devotees during Prabhupada time have inquired from Prabhupada. According to the verse, it says that the unsuccessful transcendentalist, that either he is born in a devotee family or born in an aristocratic family to continue his ongoing Krishna consciousness. But most of us, we were not born in an aristocratic family, and we also not born in a devotee family. How we had this opportunity to become a devotee? Prabhupada said, that I've created for you. Only by the looking into our own situation of our life, many of us, we don't even have any connection with Krishna consciousness in the past before meeting the devotees of the Lord. And many of us also not been born in a very aristocratic family. By the mercy, by the blessing of His divine grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, that we have got this great opportunity to come to Vrindavan, and for nothing else, only to revive our Krishna consciousness. Vrindavan is a place. And also the Shastra explains Vrindavan also a state of consciousness. The Shastra explains there are 5 kinds of Vrindavan is here. Number 1 is Goloka Vrindavan. Number 2 is Bhauma Vrindavan. Number 3, Dristyaman Vrindavan. Number 4, Ridhisa Vrindavan. And number 5 is Gupta Vrindavan. The Goloka Vrindavan is in the spiritual sky where is the eternal abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Bhauma Vrindavan, and 5 years ago when Lord Krishna appeared here, and all the trees in Vrindavan is considered to be Kalpavriksha trees. The dust, the land of Vrindavan, is known to be Chintamani Dham. The cows are known as the Kamadhenu. And all the living beings during that time, somewhere or other, they had transcendental bodies. There is Bhauma Vrindavan 5,000 years ago. Today we are in another Vrindavan called Dristyama Vrindavan. Even though the Bhauma Vrindavan is here, but somewhere or other it is covered by Yoga Maya. Somewhere or other, just like a computer, a laptop, you need a password to go into the details of information. Similarly, this Vrindavan, the Bhauma Vrindavan, where the Lord has appeared here, it has got a password to come in. To gather more details, information, that password is that one should become a pure devotee of the Lord. If you know the password of your laptop, you go into the details, information. Similarly, if you got a password of how to become a wonderful devotee, self-realized devotee, pure devotees of the Lord, again you see that Bhauma Vrindavan within this Dristyama Vrindavan. And then number 4 is Riddhi Sta Vrindavan. There is that within the heart there is also Vrindavan. Prabhupada says 5 plus 5 is 10, 2 plus 2 is 4, Krishna plus everything is Vrindavan. He says the mind activity is always flickering. Either they are rejecting or accepting the materialistic way of life. So the mind is flickering all the time. The moment mind fixes at the lotus feet of Krishna, then you see the Vrindavan within your heart. So when Radha and Shama Sundar, when the Lord are very pleased with our way of devotional service, and within the heart also we see the Vrindavan. And number 5 is called Gupta Vrindavan, that you create a Vrindavan, either you coming from China or you are coming from Ukraine or Russia, even though they are fighting like animals in different parts of the world, but you live very peacefully within the Vrindavan. You create a Vrindavan in different parts of the world through your state of consciousness. Just like Prabhupada has created New Vrindavan is West Virginia. And devotees in Bombay, 100 miles away from Bombay, and they've created Govardhan Echo Village. So in this way, all of us, we are very conscious of Krishna all the time. that we always live in Vrindavan and nothing else. But due to this wonderful month of Kartik, we are very blessed for being here. Kartikai Kaluvai Masa Sarvam Mase Cha Uttamam Punyanam Paramam Punyam Pavananam Cha Pavanam. Of all the months, and this month, Kartik month, is considered to be the topmost month. He brings in lots of merits in our Krishna consciousness, and it destroys all kinds of karmic reaction in our life. Na Kartika samamasa na kirtena samayuga na veda sadrisam na tirtha gangaye samam. There is no month equal to Kartik, just like there is no yuga equal to Krita Yuga, Satya Yuga, just like there is no scripture, Sastras equal to the Vedas, just like no river equals to the Ganga. Kartikai Pravaramasa Vaishnavanam Priyam Sada Kartikai Sakalam Yastu Bhaktya Sevate Vaishnava. And these Kartik months become very attractive to the devotees, because the devotees find there are a lot of times are given to us, and we are given a lot of opportunity to become more closer in Krishna consciousness. The month of service, the devotee take opportunity of this month to increase all level of Krishna consciousness. Dulabam bhakti-yogam me mamavasya vidayaka Kartike madhurayam cha vritanene labhyate. Any other time is very difficult to attain the love of Krishna. But the moment Krishna gives the love for the devotees, and he is dominated by the devotees, just like we see the life of the gopis. Simply Krishna has become puppet in the hand of the gopis. So very difficult for Krishna to offer the love, understanding that he will be dominated, controlled by the devotees. But somewhere or other, this wonderful month of Kartik has appeared, so that even though it is very difficult, but become very easy on the month of Kartik. Kalpa koti sahasrani patkane bahunim api nisamya adresa deepasya vilayam yanti kartika. Kalpakoti sahasrani, for millions and millions of years of our karma can be nullified, can be washed off simply by offering one ghee lamp unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, we have got this beautiful opportunity to come to Vrindavan. And more than that, we have got this opportunity to sit in the midst of the assembly of the devotees. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavantir hitkarno rasayana katha. And with this God, with this opportunity to sit in the assembly of devotees, to hear and glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that glorification in the midst of the devotees, in the assembly of devotees, increases more of our faith in Krishna and increases devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prasangam ajaram pasam Atmanam khavayo vido saheva sarso kristam mokshadwaram apavratam. Generally, attachment to the material world is no good. But if the same attachment can be diverted to the assembly of the Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, the same attachment, which material attachment brings more entanglement and bondage in this world, brings freedom for the life of the devotees. Titikshava karunika surida sarva dehina ajata santrava santa sadhuva sadhabhushana. A devotee means is very tolerant, is very compassionate, and is friendly to every living being. He abides his life according to the injunction of the Shastras. He does not make enemy around. A devotee is always very peaceful in his life. So the Kartik month has offered that opportunity for us to come to that platform. Coming to Vrindavan means to understand there was a beautiful, wonderful pastime has taken place in Vrindavan. The Lord does not come alone to this Bhauma, this material world, but He has come with all the great devotees, the gopis, simply to educate the human society. What they are thinking is very important to become very impossible to become a devotee can be easily attained by understanding the beautiful pastime has happened 5,000 years ago. Jiva Goswami in the Gopala Champu has explained, Nirpo Nahare Sevita Vyaya Kirte Nahare Asrakha Kave Nahare Varnaka Sresa Guru Nahare Asrita Gune Nahare Tatpara Sarasa Dhirana Krishna Sraya Sana Vraja Raghanugaridi Saptam Salyani Me. In the Gopala Champu, Jiva Goswami explains that there are 7 kinds of spears in my heart. A king who does not render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is like a spear in my heart. And a kavi, a poet who does not utilize his skill of poetry in glorifying the Supreme Lord, he also like a spear in my heart. And a miserly man who does not offer any service to the Supreme Lord is like a spear in my heart. A person who have accepted a spiritual master but did not accept Lord Krishna is also like a spear in my heart. A person who claims to be very enthusiastic about bhakti but is not eager to render service unto the Supreme Lord is also like a spear in my heart. A person who is claiming to be intelligent but do not surrender to Krishna is like a spear in my heart. And a person who have surrendered to Krishna but do not follow the bhakti displayed, shown by the gopis of Vrindavan, they are like spears in my heart. So even though the material world is existing in a different ways, a devotee comes to Vrindavan so that we can be reminded how the gopis have performed their bhakti unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Atma Sukha-dukha Gopire Nahika Vichara Krishna Sukha Hetu Cheror Mano Vyahara. The gopis of Vrindavan, they never at any time thought about themselves, about their welfare. Atma Sukha-dukha, they never thought about themselves and their welfare. All the time they've been thinking about Krishna's welfare. Totally in their mind, nothing else other than Krishna himself. Even Krishna has to raise his both hands in this month, in the Kartik month. Na padeyam niravadya samyujam swasadu kritva dvivadu sadhanam ima bhajan durjaya geha srinkala samvritya tattva pritiyadu sadhunam. Lord Krishna has promised to the devotees, according to their surrender, He will reward them. But to the gopis of Vrindavan, the Lord raised both His hands. He says that I cannot reward you anyways. Your bhakti is surpassing all these rewards. You just simply be happy with your own way of devotional service. In this month of Kartik, Krishna has raised both of His hands to the gopis that He surrendered to them. Very beautifully, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Sanatana Goswami about path of Krishna consciousness. Ragadmika bhaktir mukya vajavasi jane tatra anugata bhaktira raganughaname. There are two kinds of path in Krishna consciousness. There is Vaidhi Bhakti, there is Raganuga Bhakti. The Brajavasi, the devotees of Vrindavan, they are known to be followers of the Raganuga Bhakti. Tat tat bhavadi madhurya sute dirpad anapeksta natra cha sasram yukti cha tallobhapati lakshanam. And they follow the real ornament, the real lakshana of bhakti. They were not interested into the Vaidhi Bhakti, they were in the Raganuga Bhakti. How they perform their Raganuga Bhakti, the spontaneous service unto the Lord. Bhaya antara yare dveta sadhana Bhaya sadhaka dehe kare shravana kirtana Mano nija siddha deha kareye bhavana. Beautifully Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained why the devotee should come to Vrindavan to witness this wonderful pastime of the Lord. Because the bhakti performed by gopis, by Radharani is simply available for every living being in the world. Bhayahantara, there are two ways we see the bhakti in the world. There is external bhakti, there is internal bhakti. And the gopis of Vrindavan, externally they may be seen like an ordinary living being. They've got a family, they got so much of commitments and responsibility of their life. But in the same time, their mind, they're always absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So that is how he says that externally you look like an ordinary human being, but internally you are always conscious of Krishna. It's not a subject that we are too busy in our life, that we have no time for Krishna consciousness. The gopis were all the time same. They started their Krishna consciousness, ending of their Krishna consciousness. They always, only about Krishna is nothing else. Just like 100 years, the Krishna did not come back to Vrindavan, the gopis went to Kurukshetra. And Radharani pulled Krishna one corner. Radharani says, Tadapi amara mana Are Vrindavana, Vrindavana, Udaya Karao, Apana Charana, Iya Rajavesa, Satsange Sabe, Satriya Gana, Tahan Kripa Vesa, Sange Murali Vadhana. It's not 100 years ago when they were with Krishna, they were Krishna conscious. And when Krishna left and gone and then they divert into other things, it's not like that. After 100 years when they met Krishna, they say, Tama tadapi amara mana, our mind always thinking of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, you are a very simple covered boy. You are wearing a gopin, you are carrying a float, you have been running around, easily available for anybody to meet you. But here you come to Kurukshetra, you've been like a Rajavesa, you have got the look of a king from Dwaraka, and you are surrounded by so many elephants and horses and soldiers. But our mind always taking us back to Vrindavan. So this is for us to learn. Doesn't matter whether you are in Vrindavan for 1 month, doesn't matter whether you are in Krishna consciousness for 20 years, 40 years. Just like the gopis of Vrindavan, they never change their path of Krishna consciousness. A devotee should be always understand that Krishna's demand, Krishna's teaching is only one thing. Even though Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, he brought 700 slokas and 18 chapters of Bhagavad-Gita, but Krishna is not interested into 699 verses of Bhagavad-Gita. Krishna only wanted to bring one message for the living being, that is to surrender. And how to surrender, that Krishna has explained in the 18th chapter, text 57 onward. Chetasa sarva karmane mai sannyasi matparaha buddhi yogam upasrita machitam satatam bhava. In all your activities should be dependent on me. Always keep yourself under my protection. Always conscious of me. By following this advice, easily you will overcome the obstacles of life. Machita sarva durgani matprasada tarisyasi adachetum ahankara nasirosyasi nanvinasyasi. He said, Arjun, if you do not follow my advice, what is Krishna's advice? Always dependent on him in all the activities of your life. Is it very difficult? You wake up in the morning, you speak to Krishna, you tell Krishna, my dear Krishna, my day has begun today. And if you say to always depend on you in all my activities today, the whole day totally I'm going to be dependent in all my activities, only dependent on you and nothing else. Is it difficult to say? In fact, you're telling that I depend on my wife, my children, my family, my society, my country, the politician. Is it difficult? How to trust all these people in the material world? You tell me. There was a husband and fight in the 23rd room, in the hotel room. Husband and wife fighting in the hotel room. They are on the 23rd floor. And the wife called the receptionist. The receptionist, the hotel receptionist, she said that I'm having a big argument with my wife. And my husband wanted to commit suicide himself. He wanted to jump out from this 23rd floor. You better come. So the hotel receptionist, they said that, that is your family problem. You and your husband fight, that is your problem. Oh, you're calling me. And she said, idiot, that's your problem, your hotel problem, you come here. He asked, what is the hotel problem? He said, my husband wanted to jump from the 23rd floor here, but we are unable to open the window. This is a material world. You think without your husband will be, very sad, very depressed, and you don't know what to do. You're thinking without me, my wife will be very depressed. Which people are depressed in the world? You tell me. Isn't it? There was a king, he announced to the public, that his daughter wants to marry somebody who's very brave in the country. And for that reason, he said there is a beautiful lake and he has thrown all the poisonous snake. If anybody can jump into the lake and come out, safe on the other side, and he can marry my daughter. Or if not, he can take half of my kingdom. And who wants to go and jump into the lake? All poisonous snake. And suddenly one fella jumped and then he came out very safe. And the king said, you are very brave. You are able to jump and, with the midst of all these poisonous snake, you come out, alive. So you can marry my daughter. He said, I'm not interested in your daughter. Or you can take half of the kingdom. I'm not interested in your kingdom either. Or you take the whole kingdom. He said, I'm not interested in the whole kingdom. And the king asked, what do you want? He said, I want to know who pushed me into the lake. We are nice people. We don't create any problem in the world. True or not? And somebody fighting somewhere, it affects our life. It's a material world. That's why Kundi Devi said, Ke vayam nama rupabhyam yadubhi saha pandava bhavato darshanam yatsa rishikena mivesyato. Kundi Devi says, my dear Lord, without you everything is finished in the material world. She said, whatever name and fame we have got with our family, it will be taken away the moment you leave this place. Neyam sobhayati tatra yada danam gadadara twapade rangita pade. Just by the presence of the marks of your lotus feet that my kingdoms are beautified. Imagina para saurira supakvausadi virudada. Just like, by your glance that we have every opulences in our country. The moment you go away from us, everything has become nullified, everything become void. Because why the Lord is seated in our heart as a super soul, And he is the master, he is the controller, he is the proprietor of everything. The moment the Lord decides to leave the body, and the soul also follow the Lord. Just like you parents, you live in a house, your children are living with you. The moment parents decide to leave the house, the children also follow the parents. So your existence, our existence in the material world, the existence of every being in the material world only dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The moment today it decides, I wanted to go out from this body, then we are called a dead body, nothing else. So Kundi Devi said, Twaime Nanya Visaya Matir Padupate Sakri Rati Mudva Ada Gange Vaugam Udhanvati. Just like the Ganges river flows toward the ocean without any hindrance, similarly, my dear Lord, let my attraction drawn unto your lotus feet and nothing else in the world. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the supreme shelter of our life, nothing else. And you just have to follow the way of Krishna consciousness laid out by the Krishna himself with the assistance of the acharyas of our organization. Very easy. Nobody knows what is the plan of Krishna. We are trying to understand, but don't even be able to understand our own self. Kundi Devi say, Gopi, Adaya Toye Kirtagasi Damatava Jatreta Satsru Kalilanjana Sambramaktam Bhaktaram Ninebaya Bhavanaya Sitasya Samam Vimohayati Birhapi Yat Bibepi. Kundi Devi says, I'm very confused about your pastime. She said, all the demigods, even the Yamaraj have fear of you. All the demigods are acting under your order. And look at here, you are running in a fear to see the stick in the mother's hand. And the 33 million demigods, I know, they are running due to fear of you. And you are running behind, they are running due to the fear of the small stick from your mother. She said, it's very bewildering to me. We are thinking we are very intelligent. We understand about everything in the world. We are nobody in the material world. Nothing else. We are zero. Kundi Devi says, you come to the world zero and you leave the world zero. In between you got some education, you got some wealth in your life. In between you think you are hero. But actuality, she said, you are zero in the beginning. In the middle you are a little bit hero. When you die you become zero again. The life in the material world is zero, hero, zero again. Nothing else. It's not very good. So here Dvivida is a very wonderful personality. At the personal association with Lord Ram. But due to his prideness, he thought he's much more better than Lakshman. He thought that he's more powerful than the Lakshman. Within his mind, he has underestimated the Supreme Personality of Godhead, being too proud of himself. So pride is no good. You are nobody in the world, you must understand. Always somebody is more superior, more better than other living being in the world. We are nobody in the world. That is what we have to understand. So this same information Vidura gave to Dhritarashtra. Vidura says, please you advise your son. Tell him that dominating others in this world is not good. Uncontrolled mind is no good. Uncontrolled senses are no good. And having an ambition, materialistic way of life is the goal of life is no good. Compromising with enemies are no good. And born in a very good family but lowly acting is no good. And association with the loose woman is no good. Making a joke with your daughter-in-law, loose jokes with your daughter-in-law is no good. And advising a devotee by the karma is no good. Being ungrateful is no good. Vidura told Dhritarashtra, please, you advise your son. You tell him that, he said, old age will destroy the beauty of the living being. The death will destroy the life of the living being. He said the lust will destroy the feeling of shameness of living being. A desire will destroy the passion of the living being. Anger will destroy the wealth of the human being. And misconduct will destroy the morality of the living being. And wicked association will destroy the dharma of the living being. You tell your son that false ego will destroy everything in his life. Unless a person give up his false ego, otherwise there is no process of Krishna consciousness in his life. Unfortunately, we are living like animals in this world without a proper association, without a proper consciousness. Somewhere or other, we are like the lion in the forest. The lion was moving around in the forest, everybody glorifying the lion, saying that you are the best. And the lion went to an elephant, he met the elephant, and he asked the elephant, can you tell me who is the king of the forest? So the elephant is not bothered by the lion, continues walking. Again lion asked the elephant, oh, can you tell me who is the king of the forest? Lion is not bothered to answer. Again he asked the lion, the elephant, can you tell who is the king of the forest? The elephant got agitated, he with the trunk picked up the lion, throw it away. And the lion went and fell far away. And immediately he got up and came back to the elephant. He says that, if you do not know the answer, just say do not know the answer, why you get angry. We do not know many things in our life. Where is beginning, where is end? We do not know many things in our life. But somewhere or other, Krishna consciousness is the only shelter in this world. And Prabhupada wants us to be united to be successful in Krishna consciousness. Even though it is an individual battle against Maya, but you need the association of a good devotees. Sarvabhuma Bhattacharya says, Samsara Sarpadiste Murchitanam Khalau Yuge Ausadim Bhagavan Nama Tasmad Vaishnava Sevanam. There are 64 angas of bhakti given by Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains the 5 are very important, and out of that Sarvabhuma Bhattacharya told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are 2 are the most important in the bhakti anga. He said that always you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And another one is that always you keep in the association of the devotees. Yudhishthira Maharaj came to meet Bhismadev, and Yudhishthira Maharaj told Bhismadev, I got a lot of problems in life. There are internal problems with my family member, there are external problems with the citizens of this country. So internally I am facing problem, externally I am facing problem. What is the solution to the problem? Bhismadev said there's only 2 solutions to all the problem of this material world. He said one is called Parimarjanam, another one is called Anumarjanam. Parimarjanam means you develop the quality of a Vaishnava. It's not you are caught into the kitchen, you go into the temple room, you go everywhere, you're fighting, you are thinking you are the best devotee, you are the senior devotee. That doesn't buy any ticket for you to go back to the spiritual world. In the Canto 3, chapter 29, text 8 onward, Kapildev explains, Abhisandaya yoyim sam dhamma matsarya yevacha sambrahmi benadrik bhavam maye kuryate satamasa. When you are fighting in your temple with every services are given to you, either somebody put you in the kitchen, somebody put you in the deity department, somebody put you in the food for life department, everywhere you are fighting, you are thinking that you are the best devotee of the Lord because you've been hanging around here for some time. That doesn't buy us a ticket to go back to the spiritual world. Kapildev says, Abhisandaya yoyim sam, the most tamas of bhakti, the low-graded, the devotees in the mode of ignorance, they are very violent. Abhisandaya yoyim sam, they become very violent. Dambam matsarya evacha, they become very egoistic. Nobody can advise this person in any temple. And Matsarya is very envious, Sambrahmi, it easily becomes angry. A devotee is not that kind of devotees. Prabhupada did not go to America, Western country to create that kind of devotee because he said there are already plenty in India, that kind of devotees. Imsa, violence devotees, simply little bit you raise your hand towards another devotee. Doesn't matter, even your own wife, you cannot playfully even raise your hand to beat your wife. When somebody got married, he asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I just got married, what I should do? Prabhupada, the Mataji asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada says, your husband is like a right hand, you are the left hand, and Krishna is the body of the right hand and left hand. The right hand does not exist, the left hand does not exist if the body does not exist. Similarly, if you put Krishna in the center of your activities, then rightfully you claim everything in the material world. So we have to become very serious in understanding this subject matter. It is not that we join that movement, we do not know many things, but today we are enlightened by a great association of this Prabhupada movement. And we should become very focused, very serious. And there are paras and avaras, there are superior kind of hearing, there are inferior kind of hearing. What is the superior kind of hearing? They are like a chataka bird, they are like a hamsa swan, they are like a parrot, they are like a fish. It is said in the Manusmriti that one should hear the Srimad Bhagavatam every day. One man hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, it says in the mode of goodness. 7 days hearing Bhagavatam is in the mode of passionate. Hearing Bhagavatam as you like, that is the mode of ignorance. And every day hearing Bhagavatam is a mode of transcendental nature of the living being. So Manu says that when you hear the Bhagavatam, you should be like a chataka bird. The chataka bird flying very high in the sky, they only drink the rainwater. Even there is no other water and they feel very thirsty, wanted to drink, but they wait for the rainwater. So however difficult for us to come and sit and hear the glorification of the Lord, in this land of Vrindavan, we should be like a chataka bird which does not look for any other water other than the rainwater. Even difficult, sit and hear. And we should be like a amsa swan. When you mix water with the milk, the swan takes the milk and leaves the water behind. So many speakers come and contribute many different ways of knowledge of Krishna consciousness. You go back and study about yourself. You do not learn 100% from the speaker. The Manu says that you only learn 25% from the speaker, another 25% you go back and do your review in your place. Today I went to the Bhagavatam class, I heard what has been spoken. It's not that your memory is so powerful you can understand and remember everything. So now I've spoken few things, you only will keep 25% from me, another 25%. Then you go back and revive what today been spoken. So you learn another 25% from your own endeavor. And now even with sitting and trying to recall is not that easy. Now you call your friends, associates, that were you in the Bhagavatam class today, please tell me what are the things been spoken. So you learn another 25 from Satsanga, association of the devotees. 25% you learn from me, 25% from your own endeavor, another 25% from the devotee association. The last 25%, the journey of life will give you the education. Nobody can claim to say that I've learned everything in the world. Even up to the last point of our life, in the death birth, we'll be learning something in the material world. So Manu says, be like a chataka bird, even difficult, sit and hear. Be like a hamsa, take what is required for you at the present moment, what can be continued later. And be like a parrot, the parrot, whatever you teach the parrot will repeat whatever only you have taught. It's not going to manipulate anything different. So take as it is from Srimad Bhagavatam by the previous acharyas. And you be like a fish. The fish lives in the water. You see the fish opens his eyes all the time. You don't even know when the fish is sleeping. So when you are sitting and hearing, you should be like a fish. If you feel a little bit sleepy, go and wash your face and come back and continue to hear. He says the Bhagavatam should be here like a chataka bird, should be here like a swan, should be here like a parrot, should be here like a fish. And there are 4 ways you shouldn't hear the Bhagavatam due to the time. And all the devotees are waiting. Today is the last days of the Kartik month. And somewhere or other, I try to emphasize to all the devotees, our power is in the association of the Vaishnavas and nothing else. Kamika Rishi have told Dhritarashtra, you better advise your son. He says, united we will stand together. Even Krishna told the Duryodhana, he says that the Pandavas like a lions in the forest, and you people are like a forest. The Kauravas are the forest, the Pandavas are the lion. Lion is the forest to protect the forest. The forest is the lion for its own survival. He says that I'm advising to you, my dear Duryodhana, that accept the existence of the Pandavas and live together. But Duryodhana is too egoistic, he is not willing to listen. So Kamika Rishi told Dhritarashtra, he said there are 5 animals living in the forest. One is the lion, another one is jackal, another one is wolf, another one is mongoose, and another one is the mouse. And within the same forest there is one beautiful deer, young and very stout and very strong. He lives in the forest, and all the animals, they were focusing as the deer. They wanted to taste the meat of the deer. And they've been telling the lion, you are the only being can kill this deer. You better you do it. So the lion trying to chase and trying to catch the deer, but the lion also not able to do because the deer runs more faster than the lion, do not know what to do. And jackal said, I will give you an advice. He says that let us use the mouse in our being, in our friendship. When the deers are sleeping, let the mouse go and bite the sole feet of the deer. And when the feet are bite by the mouse, the deer cannot run away. A lion can easily capture. So in this way the plan worked. Mouse went and they bite the sole of the deer, and deer was not able to run. And lion went and jumped and killed the deer. And they are ready to eat the meat. At that time the jackal says that it is proper that we should take bath before eating. So you all go and take bath and come back, I will take out this deer. And all went away, and after bathing the lion first one to come. And lion says, I'm ready. Then the jackal says, my dear majesty, you may be ready, but you've been insulted by the mouse. The mouse says, I'm more powerful than the lion. Without my help, the lion wouldn't have killed the deer. And the lion felt insulted by the mouse. He said, in that case, I'm not touching the meat. He goes away. And now the mouse comes, and the jackal said, do you know that the lion, by the touch of the lion, this meat has become poison. If you eat, you will die. The mouse says, I'm not eating, I'm going away. Then the wolf came, and then the jackal says, do you know that the majesty lion is very upset and very angry with you because you say something is not right, and he's looking, want to kill you. The wolf also ran away. And the mongoose came, and the lion, the jackal says, all the other animals have run away. If you stay here, I will kill you and eat you. Better go away. Then the mongoose also ran away. So Kamika Rishi said, in the forest they were living very united, these 5 animals. The jackal, the lion, mongoose, wolf and mouse. And the aim was only the deer, but somewhere or other, by the way of thinking of the jackals, he appeared to be the jackal is very intelligent. Kamika said that jackal is not intelligent. Why? Because now all other animals are run away, the deer body is there. Jackal alone cannot eat this meat and finish it off, and there is no refrigerator to preserve the meat of this deer. And now the jackal have lost the friendship, he has lost the trust of everybody. In this way, the jackal, could have thought better. They should have united and stayed together. They could have killed more deers in his life. But unfortunately, by selfish desire of this one, jackal, that everything else is spoiled. So Kamika Rishi says that you better inform your son. If they are united, Pandavas and the Kauravas are united. That is their strength to get the opulence of everything in the world. He says that Duryodhan from the Kaurava families, they're like an angry tree. Duryodhan is an angry tree, and Dhritarashtra is the root of that tree. Sakuni is the trunk of the tree, and others, Dushasan is like leaf and branches of the tree. He says in the other side, the Pandava side, that Yudhishthira is the dharma of the tree, and Krishna, the Veda, the Brahmanas are the root of the tree. In this way, he said the forest needs the animals need the forest, so they should be united so that they can enjoy the opulence of Krishna consciousness. So you all have come from different part of the country. Today is the last day. Remember two things, take away in your life from today, from my discourse of Bhagavatam, that any problem of life, Bhishmadev says that only can be solved in two ways. One is parimarjanam, another one is anumarjanam. Parimarjanam means developing a quality of a Vaishnava. Anumarjanam means service to the Vaishnava, that you become a good Vaishnava, you serve another Vaishnava, that will solve your internal problem and also will solve external problem. Another thing is that Prabhupada said within 18 days we can conquer the world if we are united, we are cooperated. So by keeping ourselves in unity, by properly associating with the other devotees around our temple and around the world, that we will be able to see we can accomplish much more greater than what is happening in the world today. So kindly take advantage, and thanking you so much for being in today's program here, today's class, and enjoy your rest of stays in the Vrindavan Dham, and take Vrindavan within your heart. As I said, Vrindavan is also a state of consciousness. The place Vrindavan is, Goloka Vrindavan is in the spiritual sky. The Bhauma Vrindavan, 5,000 years ago, that Vrindavan was also here. And the Drishniyaman Vrindavan, that Vrindavan 5,000 years ago is covered today by Yogamaya potency. And there also Riddhi Vrindavan within your heart, when you are focused into the lotus feet of Krishna, that also brings Vrindavan within your heart. And Gupta Vrindavan, go back to your country, create another Vrindavan like this. Thanking you so much for being here today. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande.